Happy Maker Monday, everybody. Today's going to be a little bit different. Normally on Maker Monday, I teach you how to do something. Today, I'm going to tease you a little bit and get you excited about a program that we're getting ready to start. So this was supposed to be month 1 of the Traverse pattern. This is not my pattern. This is a pattern that was made by Tara Faughnan. I hope I didn't mess up her last name. She wrote this pattern to be used with the Windham collection of shot cottons that are new on the market. These fabrics are really fun, and I wanted to get you kind of used to them. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how the pattern is structured. This is a block of the month, but you'll notice in the pattern it's more like a row of the month. And you actually make, most of the time you make 2 rows each month. It's a 10-month program, and then there's some finishing and whatnot. Tara's doing a class on her website, so when you buy the kit, you get her class for free. I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful class. She writes great patterns. I love this pattern. It is written really well. It's really easy. It's lots of fun. But true to my own thing that I do on Maker Monday is kind of give you different options for how to get different places. So she's going to teach you how to make this quilt. I'm going to give you a second option of how to get there. So for instance, I've already made the strips for row 1 because that was supposed to be this month's video. And you can kind of see them over there on the board. I'm going to show you how to do that with a block walk ruler. So that's just to give you a little bit of a teaser of how I'm going to help support this project. We are selling the kits on our website. They will come to you in installments. So as they ship the fabric to us, we will pack it up and ship it to you. You order the program all at once, and then as we get the fabric, you get the fabric. And then we will have enough fabric to do, it's either 3 or 4 months at a time. But if you have never worked with shot cotton, I'm going to give you a couple little tips. This is an example of one of the fabrics that's in my kit. It is soft, it is supple, but it is beefy. It's got a nice texture to it. What makes shot cotton shot cotton? Well, it's kind of like silk, like a Dupioni silk, in that it is 2 colors of thread that are woven together. So this way you've got a light pink, and if you pull at the fabric, the threads on this side, you can see that there is a dark pink woven in. So that's what gives you this really rich fabric color. There are other shot cottons on the market. I sell a lot of peppered cotton. I really like it. K Facet makes a shot cotton. There are also chambrays on the market. Chambray is made very similar to this in that it's 2 colors woven together. The thing that makes chambray different is that one color is always white. So there'll be a dark, like for instance, it would be a dark pink mixed with a white, and that's what would give you that other color. In this kit, there are a couple that are like that, but they're not called chambrays. They're still called shot cottons. If you are a washer, if you're a pre-washer, fantastic. I'm a pre-washer. I get it. What I would suggest you do is take your fabric out, snip a little piece out of one corner, rip this both sides before you wash it. If you're nervous about not having enough fabric, you might want to just pinking shear down the cut side of your fabric before you wash it. If you are not a washer, no judgment. I don't have a problem with that at all. What I would suggest that you do is take your fabric out of your kit and press it. Press it with steam. Because these are woven fabrics, the weave is just a little bit looser than other fabrics. For instance, you typically don't get any shrinkage when you have batiks because they've already gone through a hot water bath multiple times, so the shrinkage has been done. There is a slightly larger shrinkage factor with these. So my tip to you when you're working with these is to, let me switch my camera around here, is to take your fabric to your pressing board and with steam your whole piece of fabric. And make sure that you steam the whole thing. Put a movie on, press all your fabric. This is going to get any shrinkage out. The next thing that I would do after I steam it, okay, and I already did this with mine, so you're not really going to see much in the way of shrinkage, but I steamed my whole piece of fabric just like this. other thing that people talk a lot about when you're using shot cottons is they do fray more than a tighter weaved fabric. But that's just the price that you pay for the really cool effect that you get. So what I find helpful when I'm working with this kind of fabric is to treat the whole thing with flatter before I start cutting it up. So I steam pressed my whole piece. Then I turn my steam off and turn my iron on high and just spray the whole piece of fabric with flatter and then iron it again. So what has happened is the steam has made any shrinkage happen that might happen. The flatter is going to give you a nice crisp feel to the fabric without it being crunchy, so that when you start working with it, it's not going to fray quite as much. Now you are going to get a little bit of fray, and that's just the nature of the beast when you're working with woven fabric. It's just sort of the price that you pay. But if you do these two things before you start cutting, you're going to be happier. Okay, so here's what I did. I took all my fabric out, put on a movie, took all my fabric out of the box. I pressed the whole thing. I flattered the whole thing. Then I folded it back up in a way that fit in my box nicely. Okay, in your kit on the back, you're going to have a color chart. These are all the colors that come in here. It's like 28 colors or something crazy like that, and they're beautiful. So what I did was I took my pink tape and I matched up the letter, because here's your letters. So like this pink one is letter G, and I labeled it with my pink tape which letter it is, because again, you have all of these colors to start with. And for instance, in month 1, we're going to use 6 colors. So what I did was I took all of my, you can see my whole stack is here, and they've all been prepped, and they're all folded up in here, and they're all labeled by color. Okay. You're going to use the same color in more than one row most of the time. So I left my label on. I cut off the chunk that I needed to get ready for piece 1. I put my label on it. I put it to the side. Then I went and labeled. So like this is month 2. I'm getting ready to start with month 2. In month 2, I used my pink tape. This is block 2 and what color I'm using. Okay, so I have these already kind of pre-started, so that when I go to do the videos, I have all of my stuff already ready, okay? And these aren't super big pieces, but because I've already steamed them and treated them, they're laying together real nice, okay? You don't have to do this part if you don't want to, but I do strongly suggest the steaming and the flattering. And I don't mean telling it it's pretty. Okay, next. Let me switch this around again so you can, okay? What we're going to do, she's going to do her demos. I'm going to do a demo on, I think it's on the calendar for the second Tuesday of each month. When you get your kit in the mail, just go ahead and prep your fabric ahead of time so that when the videos come out to do the demo, or you can do it along with if you choose to. So since my videos go live at 6 o'clock on Monday, you can always rewatch them and catch them up later. Okay. If you haven't gotten this yet, look at how beautiful this quilt is. It is gorgeous. And when I pulled my kit out and started pulling the fabrics out, it was like a box of candy. Like I didn't know where to start. I am so excited to make this quilt, and I'm going to make the whole quilt along with you. And I'm going to do the videos as I'm making the blocks. But I think this is going to be a huge hit. I've seen the quilt made up in person. It is stunning. So if you are looking for a block of the month and you're looking to really build your skill sets, this is going to be the one. Even if you don't love the style of the quilt, you are going to learn so much in making this quilt that make it for the class benefit of it, and then give the quilt away if you want to. But I think you're really going to like this. So between my demos and Tara's demos, which are going to be fantastic, I'm sure as well. I haven't seen them yet. But I think you're going to learn a whole bunch from this. So the only thing that is on today's sale is this kit, the Traverse kit. Again, you buy the whole kit all at once. I send it to you in installments, and we do 2 rows each month. Okay? Shipping is included in the price, so you don't have to worry about that. And when we get closer to the end, we'll have options for backings and quilting and all that good stuff. So, okay, I just wanted to tease you a little bit. If you haven't pre-ordered your kit, now's the time to get it. We have a handful left. I think this is going to be a really fun project. So, all right, we'll see you later. Bye.